Welcome to Shovelware Diggers. Our dig team's currently excavating the Softkey Shareware 2000 Hit Games 2 CD collection. You can find a link in the video description containing the entire directory structure of this archive. Here's what our diggers have for week 113. For more information on how to join the dig team, simply follow the Patreon link in the video description. Now without further ado, let's get started. First up, Jonathan Gosselin's dug up DOSGAMES /arcade2 /HP 4 in row. Probably some kind of Connect 4 game if I had to guess. And we only got the one file, so 4 in a row. Your move, column. Let's say 4. Okay, so I'm the smiley face and the computer is the O's. Get 4 in a row. I can do that. Maybe. Okay, so apparently the computer's not very smart. So I accidentally pushed 3 instead of 2 just now, because the computer could win if he put 1 on 2, but he didn't. He put 1 on 5. So I don't know what his thinking is, but I'm blocking him there. Why is he going straight up on 5? He can't make a line there anymore. Oh, whoops. And apparently the computer calls me a turkey if I lose. Okay, let's try that again. So start on 4, go to 2, then go to 3, 2 again, and apparently if I win, he calls me a humanoid. So I'm a humanoid if I win, and a turkey if I lose. And that is literally all there is to this thing. It's not keeping score or anything. Doesn't look like you can play against a real person. Although, the computer's not playing super smart. So I guess that sort of makes him beatable, at the very least, but it is kind of weird, because usually with something like this, you would expect the computer player to be playing really well, but he kind of isn't. Because, yeah, I went on 4 and he went on 5. It's like, oh, I'm going to get a line. Well, no, I could just put 1 there. So, yeah, that was 4 in a row. It's uncredited. It's very basic. What more can you say? Next up, Rennes dug up DOSGAMES /arcade2 /GREENX. I'm gonna guess maybe some kind of golf game, either mini putt or regular golf, or so we got Green, we've got EJ VGA, so this was either written in Turbo Pascal or Turbo C. Vendor.doc, so that suggests that this might have been this is probably a shareware game of some kind. And we got a README. There is a bit of a size to it. Yeah, let's just run it. So green. Wow, that went by really quickly. I couldn't read it. Also, Association of Shareware Professionals member thing is kind of being cut off at the bottom there. Good job. And apparently whatever this game is the registration is $25 to Cascoli Software, Seattle, Washington. So green, main menu, we got mouse controls. Oh, I think I know what this is. Also, we might have played something like this before on Shovelware Diggers, I'm not sure. But I do think I know what this is. So they paved paradise and put up a parking lot. Green is a strategy game in which you try to prevent the pavers from taking over your lands. Several different maps of varying difficulty have the ability to plant hedges, add walls, and to destroy pavement. But each of these actions has its costs. Okay, so choose a map. I am going to go village. Yeah, this is looking familiar. So again, I don't know if I actually played this on... Oh, hang on. This looks almost 3D to a degree. Maybe this is a more advanced version of what I was originally... Oh, I actually have the ability to scroll it here. Oh yeah, there's like a sort of pseudo 3D thing going on. So like if you take a look at this window over here, right there it switched from one particular perspective to another. And if I keep going this way, there it goes again. That's pretty neat. Okay, so how do I get out of this screen? Escape? Okay, play the game. Difficulty. Well, it said strategy, but I'll give it 4. Starting position. Random. Ready to play. Enter a mouse begin button. Yeah, so I forget if we played this on Shovelware Diggers or not, but if not, we'll play it now. So this is basically a game. I've never been able to fully grasp how this game works, but basically you got a bunch of planters and you got a bunch of pavers. The planters are your friends, the pavers are not. You're basically trying to prevent these pavers from paving everything. And I'm not really entirely certain, like, the best way of going about things here. Like, we have the ability to plant hedges. To sort of, like, maybe stop them. But it doesn't seem to do a really good job of it, I've noted. No, maybe I can just block him in there. There you go. Have fun in your little death room. Now you got a planter there, planter there. Yeah, I got another paver up there, so... Okay, block him off. Yeah, we can't... And we can't build over the terrain that he's already created. Ooh, those guys are in trouble. Well, maybe if we do that. Okay, so apparently they can clear over those these bushes or whatever. And yeah, it's keeping track of net funds and current score. But yeah, I have absolutely no... Even though I've played this before and know what it is, I have very little idea how to actually do much of anything here. Because it doesn't seem like you really have a lot of control over stuff. Okay, so there's a way to directly go to a particular unit if we want to with the F3 key. F2 puts the grid up. There's our full map. But yeah, I really don't understand the logic in this game here. Like, I mean, I'm sure there's a rhyme or reason to it, but the instructions don't really do a good job of telling you what to do here. Yeah, so I'm gonna call it here. So, this game was... What was it called again? This game is simply called Green. And it's just kind of a weird game overall. As for paying $25 for this game, I guess maybe if I understood how to play it, but as it stands, nope. And our last dig for today is actually a recovered dig from Foonturing. DOSGAMES /KIDGAMES /Science1. Okay, so some of you might recall that this particular game, the problem we were having with it, if we go and type out that quest.bat file there, is that it basically, well, needed BASIC. And we didn't have a BASIC interpreter going, but now we do. So, now that BASIC is no longer an issue, we can actually play this thing. Now I have I've tested it just a little to make sure I had the cycles set right. I had to turn the cycles way down, and even then it still seems a little fast. Actually, it seems kind of inconsistent now, so I don't know. I don't think the game was put together that well in the first place, but let's see. Science Quest 1, The Class Is Gone. Another educational game, quote-unquote, from Mark Sprague, Ryan Morris, Nick Micken, and Extra Credit Incorporated, which is probably not the same Extra Credit that we probably are thinking of right now. So please wait, loading data. I don't know what it would be loading, but this is actually taking a while. Your name is Mr. Harry Plasma. You're a science professor at yeah, this is what I was saying. I have the cycles way the heck turned down, and it's still going by super fast. And then there's certain moments like this where it just seems to take forever to go by. So there's like no consistency in the speed here. But in any case, Equays? Any case. So what's going on here is that one of the students is saying to the professor that he brought a science project with him, but needs to go into the cabinet for it. So the teacher goes to the cabinet, but then the student kicks the teacher into the cabinet and locks him in there. And the teacher's like, "You're going to get an F in teacher worship as well if you don't let me out right now, Nick." And of course, the kid's not going to let him. And I like how the teacher's saying the thought had occurred to him that his student was dumb. I don't think that would ever fly in a classroom. But it's no good. Nick's no longer listening. Busy telling the class he found out a third floor window, and then they all start partying according to this. And then as you're about to just break out, apparently there's some strange noise. And then as the noise fades away, you use some acid to escape, and apparently the class has gone. And so now it's doing some very slow rendering of some graphics, apparently. So this is the part we didn't see the last time because we didn't have a basic interpreter going. But it looks like it's doing some kind of graphics load right now. Very slow graphics load. And now what? Oh, now it's actually assembling whatever room we happen to be in. It's kind of weird what's going on with the floor tiles there, but okay. So now what? "Nick," you scream after your best student. "You let me out now and maybe I'll spare your life. Are you listening to me? Nick?" Unluckily for you, Nick is no longer there. Now, what are you going to do? You are locked in the closet in the science room in the middle of first period, and nobody seems to have any plans to help you out of it. So apparently the game actually starts prior to Nick breaking out of the locker. So I'm guessing a text interpreter. Look around. No? Look. Help. Okay, what do I actually do? Can we open the closet? Can we open anything? What is it actually asking me to do? Literally, no matter what I put in, it's not accepting it. Maybe caps lock has to be on. No, that doesn't seem to help. I mean, clearly the basic interpreter is working properly because it got us this far. Well, since it is a basic file, I can actually go load it up in a text editor and see if I can figure out what the heck's going on here. Or I could, theoretically, instead of doing that, we can do Control Break. Oh wait, that doesn't work here. Control C? Control C works. Okay, so break in 390. List 390. Okay. Kind of forgetful of how the old system worked. Okay, there we go. Use a hyphen. So yeah, apparently it's supposed to be capturing these, so it also does look like it's going specifically for capitals. So it's a good thing I switched to caps lock. Then go sub 1000. So what's happening at 1000? So at 1000, it's looking for door, shelf, or keyhole, or sodium. Okay. So yeah, this is weird. It's like, if it doesn't get any input it doesn't understand, it just sends you back to the thing without telling you anything, from the looks of it. Okay, let's just make sure I've got all the commands figured out here. So list 390 to 490. No, look, take, and use are the only main commands. At least for this room. Like, maybe there's other rooms. But let's try running this again. Okay, fast forwarded to this part. Okay, so now that we know that look, take, and use are pretty much the only commands we have. So look won't work unless we also supply something it recognizes. See, there we go. The door is bolted shut. You have got absolutely nothing that will destroy it, and there are strange noises coming from behind it. Not much else here besides the keyhole. Look. Keyhole. Or, keyhole. Looking through the keyhole, you can see your class enjoying themselves when suddenly a bright flash of light fills the room. When you look back, the class is gone. So, use door. You can't use that, sorry. Boo. Take door. You can't get that, sorry. Use keyhole. You can't use that. So it mentioned acid before. Oh, so if I try to take something that doesn't exist, it actually does say you can't get that. So it has feedback for that anyways. Now we saw sodium in those command lists. Is there actually sodium in here? Now if we just use the sodium, does it... Cleverly you pour the sodium into the lock, then you look around for some water. Hey, wait a sec, you don't have any water! Oh well, you spit on the lock. Yeah, that's gonna do it. Oh, it wanted to... That's weird, the basic files take so long to load those images. You walk out of the closet and back out into the classroom. Gee, you wonder how those kids managed to vanish so fast. So now we got a different room from the looks of it. Oh jeez, it's skipped things there. Classes vanish in a flash and you have absolutely no idea where they are. Your microscope perches atop your desk. Miraculously, it still works. Whoa, what the... I guess this is a side effect of using the fast forward keys. Maybe I should just turn the cycles up, because it doesn't seem to make much of a difference in these basic programs. It was just that intro that was having issues. Look, microscope. Your microscope is the pride and joy of the science department. You're the only school in Canada to have a fully functioning scanning electron microscope. What? Okay, so it's not just a tiny little typical microscope, it's like a fully functioning electron microscope? How? Okay, first you turn it on, then use the coarse adjustment knob till you're in focus, then the fine adjustment. Hey, wait a minute, you don't have anything to look at. Okay then. Okay, I think I've had enough of this thing. So, even though we recovered this dig, it's barely playable. But, oh well. It's interesting that this is being done in just standard basic, though, given the kind of graphics we have on display here. But, yeah, this is not... This is a text adventure with some graphical elements, but it needed a lot more work to be enjoyable.